Hi there, Jeffrey Rhoades from Experimental Homesteader Gardening and Sheri and Richerson.com. Please subscribe, hit that join button, join our membership. Well, today was a gray, rainy day. I had originally planned on getting out there and working on the barn, cleaning up that stall that has been needed to be cleaned up for several weeks now. I did not get to that. With the rain and everything, it was, just nasty enough that it would have been really hard to do that work. Instead, I fixed our little canopy out front. The guy wires on it broke. I've had to fix it a couple of times now. I was using a very thin copper wire, and it just doesn't have the tensile strength that I need. So I used a much heavier wire. This time around I used actual 12 gauge wire that's actually plastic coated. It's a 12 gauge braided, plastic coated. So hopefully that will hold a lot better, because we had two wires that broke, so I fixed those. I finished getting the little garden cart fixed up. We had gotten a new tire for it, and I had run into a problem getting the old tire off. There was a part that came off on the axle that was stuck. So I finally wound up taking my oscillating tool with a metal cutting blade and cut the piece off, so I could get the new tire on there, and hopefully this will fix that problem, and she'll be able to use her little garden cart. Then I decided to work on the basement stairs. Now, I've talked about this before. We had the basement work done many months ago, and when they were doing the work, they had to remove several of the steps to the basement to get in where they needed to with the jackhammer and dig the trench that they needed and all of that. And when they rebuilt the steps, they didn't do a very good job. Wasn't really their job to do it in some ways. It's not something that the individuals that were here have any skill with, really. But it was kind of a, you're tearing this out. You should be able to replace it. But they didn't do a very good job. We'll leave it at that. So today, I got busy with some scrap stuff that I had collected, and I fixed up the stairs. I still have a couple pieces yet to take care of. The stairs themselves are done, but the little panels, the facings, I've got one that I haven't attached, and I need to get a piece of material to do the other one with. And I've got a small board that I need to pop in at the very bottom. There's a little bit of a gap on the bottom step. But it's not too bad. And I got the door hung back up and hung properly, so we can actually close the basement door now. We haven't been doing that because the basement is much nicer, and we don't have to close it off and try and hide everything. And we put the cat's litter box down there now, so she has to have access to the basement. So closing the door, I mean, right now, because the one facing panel isn't there, she can get in and out of the basement, even if the door was closed. But once I actually finish the steps, the only way she'll have access is to have the door open. So, at least for now, that's what's going to happen. We're going to leave it open so that she has access. This winter, we may change things around a little bit. Either move her litter box, or I may make an opening, a small opening for her to get in and out of, so that we can close off the basement. Although it shouldn't be, we shouldn't really need to. It should be a lot better down there now that the moisture issue has been resolved, and the dehumidifier is going down there. It should make the basement a lot nicer, even during the winter. So there's still a few little things I have to deal with yet to make it better, but it should be a lot better this year anyways. So, but that was, you know, I got the steps done. That's a big thing, because now it'll be a lot easier to deal with the canning jars that need to go down in the basement. The tubs of canning jars they can be very heavy, they're awkward, and the way the steps were, I really didn't feel comfortable trying to carry them up, and you know, the tubs up and down those stairs. So now that I've fixed the steps, I'll be able to move the tubs. It'll be a lot safer for me, and we'll get everything squared away down there with the canning jars, and we'll be able to start actually utilizing the canning jars and still utilizing the basement a lot more. I really like the basement at this point. I still have to do some electrical down there, get a couple of outlet boxes wired in so that I can plug some more lighting in down there. Right now, basically half the basement is lit, half of it is shadowed. So, you know, I really need to work on that. But it is a lot better than it was. You know, it was just basically a junk pile that was cold and wet and ill lit. And so now it's, you know, a lot better. Anyways, I think that's going to do it for tonight. Once again, please subscribe. Give us thumbs up, thumbs down, comments below. We'll see everybody tomorrow. Stay safe out there.